A lot of guys today are having trouble meeting girls for romantic relationships. Everybody would like to meet a girl for a romantic relationship, but there's not a lot of ways to naturally do that. If you're not in school, or if you don't have much of a social network, there's not a lot of options. You could try spam approaching people on the street or in clubs or in bookstores or supermarkets, etc. But this is not an easy thing to do. It's very, very stressful. It's very frustrating. It kind of takes a lot out of you because you have to go through a lot of rejection. You could try online dating, but that has its own problems. But one thing a lot of guys are doing are joining clubs, because when you join some kind of social club, you can meet like-minded people, and this is a great way to not only meet girls, but meet a lot of new people and expand your social network. But a lot of guys make some critical mistakes when they do this. And if you make these critical mistakes, you're leaving a huge opportunity on the table. You're leaving an untapped huge opportunity that you can use to meet a lot of people. Because if you go to social networks, if you go to social clubs centered around a certain interest, you'll meet like-minded people, so you can at least have something to talk about. The first mistake that people make is they join a club, not because they actually like the thing the club is centered around, but because they've heard there's a lot of girls there. This is a good way to meet girls, but you're starting off by being incongruent, by being false with your personality, by claiming you like something when you really don't like that. You're just pretending to like it so you can meet people. The most attractive trait, or part of an attractive personality, is being congruent. When you act congruently, when you express yourself completely openly and honestly and authentically. If you start off by pretending you like something when you really don't, you're starting off from an incongruent place, which is not the best way to create attraction in the people that you like. A second mistake people make is they go to clubs, they spend a couple of days, maybe 2 or 3 meetings, they look around, they don't see any girls, or the girls they do see are not that attractive, and they conclude that joining clubs doesn't work. And so they quit and they say, oh, I'll try that, but it doesn't work. I went to a club, there's no girls there. This is bullshit. It doesn't work. But that's a very, very short-sighted response. Joining clubs is a long game plan. It's a long game strategy. If you join a social club, right off the bat, the people there have the same interests as you, so you have something to talk about, and it's going to take a while before you let your genuine personality out of the box, so to speak, and share your personality with others, and for them to get to know you. And it takes a while for you to build a reputation based on your personality, and that way you can slowly expand your social network. And through their social network, that's where you meet the girls. Not go to the club, see the girl, get a girlfriend, stop going to the club. That's a very, very short-sighted and overly simplistic way of thinking of things. If you broaden your perspective and just go to the club to enjoy yourself, to enjoy talking to people that share the same interests, you'll slowly expand your social network, and through your social network, you can meet a lot of interesting people, some of them attractive females. The third mistake guys make when they join clubs to expand your social circle is not considering your social skills or your conversational skills. Consider a very, very attractive personality trait is to be able to start conversations with strangers and lead conversations with strangers through all kinds of emotions and happy thoughts and feelings and memories. You can do this by asking questions. You can do this by being able to tell interesting stories to people that you're talking to. But if you join a club and you kind of figure out that your social skills, or you kind of hope that your social skills will just take care of themselves, you're not really maximizing that opportunity. To maximize the opportunity, consider practicing conversational skills as a hobby unto itself. To practice your social skills as a hobby unto itself. Because when you join a club and you practice conversational skills outside of the club, the people that you talk to outside of the club are people that you're never going to see again. So you can be very, very creative. You can be very, very playful when you have conversations with these people outside the club. And the more you practice your conversational skills, the more your confidence will build. And being confident is a very, very attractive trait. Anybody can practice social skills. Anybody can practice conversational skills because everybody enjoys a friendly conversation with someone that's not a cult recruiter or a MLM recruiter. And because you've had conversations with people in the past, this is just a matter of doing more of what you already know how to do, because it's better to improve your conversational skills in as many ways as you can, inside the club and outside the club. I was listening to a podcast the other day, and the guy was talking about Milton Erickson. They were talking about conversational hypnosis, and he was saying that he would go out in public and just experiment with people, because he knew that he wasn't going to see these people again. So he would experiment with hypnotic language patterns. He would experiment with linguistic techniques to see how playful he could be and scramble people's brains for fun, to develop a hobby of speaking hypnotically to strangers when you start conversations with strangers. And the more you do this, the more you will start to become very playful in all your conversations. If you try this with people you know in the club, it might feel a little weird because they're starting to get to know you. But when you practice hypnotic language patterns with people out in the wild, so to speak, there's really no limits of what you can do because they're never going to see you again, and you can be extremely playful, extremely creative. And this can lead to all kinds of fantastic opportunities that you might not have otherwise realized. Now, I know you love the idea of being surrounded by a social network of friends and potential lovers that respect and admire you. And the more you do this, the more you practice these language patterns, the more likely that is going to happen. Just imagine what your life would be like today if you started 6 months ago to practice conversational techniques on strangers. Imagine the social network you'd have today. Imagine the social network you will have in 6 months or 3 months if you start today to practice conversational skills, to practice hypnotic language patterns with strangers that you meet out in public. Any recent ideas you've had about what you'd like to have be true in your social life can be true if you practice conversational skills and you join a club with like-minded people with similar interests and play the long game. See your future out 6 months to a year and see how it slowly grows into a better and better social life. You can repeatedly improve your social skills. You can repeatedly improve your conversational skills once you learn how easy it is to practice conversational hypnosis with anybody you talk to just for fun, just to see what happens. People that have a strong sense of social skills, a strong sense of social acuity, are much more attractive. There's few other techniques that can improve your confidence as helpful as practicing social skills with strangers, as practicing hypnotic language patterns with strangers. Because even if it goes crazy, even if the person thinks you're a nut job, you'll still get a boost of confidence, a boost of adrenaline after you talk to them, after you use hypnotic language patterns to make people feel fantastic, to tell hypnotic stories, to make people feel fantastic. And the more you experiment like this in public, the more you'll be able to bring those skills back to your social network, back to the clubs that you've joined, and further enhance your personality, to further enhance your reputation. So word of you will spread through the local community, and you'll be pre-qualified by all the people in your club. Once you really start to understand how powerful this method is, how powerful the system is, the two-sided method to improve your conversational skills, to join a social club on one side and slowly build up your reputation and practice conversational skills with people, unsuspecting people out in the wild, you'll truly begin to appreciate how much your personality can grow, how much your confidence can grow, how much your social network can grow. So find some clubs around you. Go check them out. Just see what happens. Have an open mind. Be creative. Be playful. And allow the future to unfold before you so you can get what you want out of life. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. If you'd like to learn more about how to improve your conversational skills, if you'd like to learn more about how to improve your hypnotic conversational skills, check out the links below. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.